What's going on, everybody? This is your W.O.F Outlook and discussion for Friday, July 28, 2023. And before we get into today's video, I hope everyone is doing well, remaining positive, and as always, staying blessed. All right, you guys, taking a look at the tropics this morning, we do have, well, not me, the National Hurricane Center does have our areas of interest is back here near Jacksonville and right here near the Nicaragua Honduras border, Central America, for previous Invest 95L, as this system is starting to become better organized, but is more than likely going to go ahead cross Central America and more than likely form into the Eastern Pacific's next named storm here within the next few days, you guys. Who would have thought that Invest 95L all of this time we thought was going to be a big storm in the Atlantic? Comes out it's going to be a storm more than likely here in the Eastern Pacific, but yet, you guys, it's the Eastern Pacific has been struggling this year. That remains to be seen. So that's why, if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe here at your Weather on the Fly as the National Hurricane Center comes out with their updates and advisories. I have them posted here right in nice and graphical animational form so everyone can stay up to date and weather aware, you guys. Now, as we take a look here at the remainder of the Atlantic, you can see we have some dry air. Still not all that favorable, but as you can see, it's not as much as it has been over the past several weeks, you guys. So I can say the conditions probably are starting to get there as we are starting to head towards the peak time of the season, where it's the most favorable. So I say, you guys, probably give it a few more weeks, and we are going to be geared up for one of probably a busy little ride for another month until about a month and a half after that, you guys. So definitely be ready. And we also have the system here up across near Jacksonville. I want to change here, you guys, to the visible satellite imagery. Get this to load for me real quick, you guys. All right, as you can see, you guys, that surface trough that was moving towards the Florida's peninsula, you can see here it's formed a weak little area of low pressure that is just here off of Jacksonville, Florida, moving northwestward, heading in right at the the Florida Georgia coastal border here, you guys, along the southeast coastline, you guys. So that's pretty neat little feature here, you guys. A little low pressure system moving inland. Going to give you guys some rain, probably some isolated instances of flooding here along the Georgia coast, extreme northeast Florida peninsula coast here around the Jacksonville, and even getting into parts of South Carolina. This system will bring some rain. And we're going to take a quick look at the visible satellite imagery of Invest 9, well, used to be Invest 95L, but the wave that's probably going to more than likely go ahead and become a storm in the Eastern Pacific. You can see it here looking fairly nice and well. If it had a little more time, it probably would have developed here across the Caribbean, but it's running out of time with the landmass areas, you guys. And here is our wave across the Atlantic that has a 20% chance of development over the next 48 hours and a 60% chance of development over the next 7 days. This system more than likely is going to become our next named storm, which will be Emily, you guys, as more models are starting to jump on board along with the GFS in developing this system. So it looks like this one has much more of a better shot of becoming Emily. So as I said earlier, you guys, make sure you subscribe here at your Weather on the Fly so you can stay up to date and weather aware. As these systems track across the Atlantic, the threatened land, you will already be up to date and weather aware here at your Weather on the Fly. And as again, last time, this is the Eastern Pacific side here, as that system should stay off of the Mexican coast as it continues to move on out to sea, you guys. Now, as we get back into the lower 48, where the severe weather season just loves to keep giving, you guys, we're going to go back to the water vapor imagery because, as you can see here, we still have, let me get my paintbrush, you guys. All right, we still have our dominant ridge here that's out across the western United States. Just poor Texas, they just bakes under these death ridges that we have, you guys. We have our ridge out towards the west. We have an active jet stream up north here, you guys, which is why this severe weather keeps coming here along the northern United States as the jet stream is active up here. These disturbances come across And with daytime heating and all the wind shear in the upper and mid levels of the atmosphere, you guys, that's what sets off and trigger these strong to severe storms that causes all this havoc and destruction here in areas that we just don't need all this destruction, you guys. But it's Mother Nature, it's life, it's just the way it works. We can't complain about it, you guys. And other than this trough here, we do have our little weak little low pressure system near Jacksonville, you guys, right up in here. That's moving northwest inland. As I said, it's going to give the southeast some rain. But other than that, our main focus is going to be up here near the Chicago area, extending into parts of Iowa. We do have an enhanced risk of severe weather. So as I take the paintbrush off, you guys, all right, clear paintbrush, and we're going to finish with paintbrush. All right, we're going to pause the water vapor imagery. We're going to take all of this off, you guys, so we can get into the convective outlook. Oh, I put the lightning back on, you guys. All right, and here we go. Let me make sure. All right, and as you guys can see, we do have the general risk here for thunderstorms across the south, except most of Texas. It's going to be baking here, you guys. Maybe coastal Texas have a chance of some showers, but our main event here, we have a marginal risk up across the extreme north central parts of Maine here. Then we come on down to the Midwest here, Iowa, northern Illinois, Chicago, southern Wisconsin, extreme southern Minnesota, getting on into parts of southeast South Dakota and northeast Nebraska here. We have an enhanced risk. And yet again, these cities do include Webster City, Mason City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, yet again, Chicago, Rockford, Suffolk Falls. All you guys are under an enhanced risk. Omaha, Nebraska, Peoria, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, Columbus, Ohio, Detroit, Fort Wayne. All you guys are under a slight risk. So yet again, up here across the Midwest and Northern Plains, extending on into the Ohio Valley, you guys will yet again be under the gun for some very nasty, severe weather. So definitely be on the lookout, you guys. And that marginal risk does extend all the way into Montana here, you guys. Billings, Montana, Minneapolis is under that marginal risk. And we do also across southern Arizona have a small little marginal risk for you guys to look out for as well. We check the category. We have a 2% chance of a couple tornadoes possibly spinning up here, mainly across parts of Iowa, extending on into northern Illinois, which does include the Chicago area. So definitely we'll be on the lookout for that. We do have a 15% chance of that hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter up here from parts of South Dakota on eastward here into parts of southwest Wisconsin and getting into extreme northwest Illinois. A 5% chance of that hail does include the Chicago area and Detroit. Even here up across extreme northern Maine, we'll have to be on the lookout for some of that hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter. Wind probability, you can see there's a 30% chance of those strong winds, which could be as high as 80 miles per hour here up in and around the Chicago and Omaha area, you guys. Detroit have a 15% chance of those strong winds. And the marginal risk areas do have a 5% chance of those winds pushing 50 to 60, gusting to 70, maybe even as high as 80. No significant tornadoes. We do have a significant area for hail across parts of southern and southeast South Dakota, extreme northeast Nebraska, parts of Iowa and Minnesota, southwest of Minneapolis will have that threat for some large hail, probably pushing 2 to 3 inches in diameter, and no significant wind, you guys. So that is all good news. Besides the regular severe weather that we're going to have going on, you guys. Now, if we take a look at the HRRR to see just how these storms are going to materialize and play out throughout the next 48 hours, and we always start here at 12 noon Central Daylight Time here at your Weather on the Fly. And as I get this to load, I wish this would load a lot quicker, you guys, but we're going to go with what we have for right now, you guys. And as you can see, around 12 p.m. Central Daylight Time, we will start to have, with that disturbance here, that low pressure area around Jacksonville. You can see that we'll have showers and thunderstorms here across coastal Georgia, South Carolina, and extreme northern Florida's peninsula off the Jacksonville coast. And even here across parts of the southern peninsula around the Miami area, some showers and thunderstorms could be starting to get going here, you guys. We head on to about 4, 5 in the afternoon. All right, let's see. Once we get this to come up, you can see that the showers and thunderstorms continue to increase in coverage here across the south as daytime heating comes up. As I said, not everyone's going to see a shower or thunderstorm, but if you do, it's a nice blessing because it'd be a quick cool down from this very hot heat that we do be having in the summertime across the lower 48, you guys. And as you can see here, besides the southern United States with the daytime heating, may have some heavy showers and thunderstorms possibly starting to get going up here around northern Maine. And up across parts of the Midwest, not much is going on. Let's try about 8 p.m. as we head on throughout this segment, you guys. All right, it seems like late afternoon heading into the evening is when the intensity and coverage starts to increase here up across Iowa here. Look around the Chicago area, Indiana. These cells are starting to pop. All hazards will be possible, especially in this enhanced risk for these cells to be producing heavy rainfall. We already know flash flooding will be possible, but along with the hail, damaging winds, and a couple tornadoes could be possible. Look here, even up across parts of northern Wisconsin here, getting into northern Michigan, showers and thunderstorms, you guys, will be ongoing. We head on to about midnight as we head into the overnight hours. Let's see how these showers and thunderstorms are going to be doing. And as you can see, you guys, as we head to around the midnight hours, it could possibly really be bumping here across the Chicago area, just south of Green Bay, just to the west of Detroit here. So definitely this is going to be an overnight event that we will definitely be on the lookout for, you guys, possibly here across the Midwest. And look even across parts of eastern Montana, just to the east of Billings, heading on into western South Dakota, Nebraska. We'll have clusters of showers and thunderstorms that could be producing some isolated instances of hail, damaging winds, and flash flooding, you guys. We'll be on the lookout. As we head to convective outlook day 2, which segue us into the weekend, you guys. On Saturday, you can see we do have a slight risk of severe weather up across the mid-Atlantic, extending into the northeast, which does include New York City, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., just to the south of Boston. But it's so close to Boston, we're going to add you guys in there. A marginal risk does extend into Lexington, Fayetteville here in Kentucky, you guys, even here across southern Ohio, getting into Missouri. We have another slight risk that's going to be across Nebraska, South Dakota, eastern Wyoming here as we head into Tuesday. With yet again across the southern United States and Gulf Coast, we're under a general thunderstorm risk. And as you can see, the Dallas Fort Worth area, the majority of Texas is just going to be under that Bacon Bridge. That's detrimental heat, you guys. I just try to stay cool if you stay in Texas, you guys. All right, as we check the probability to see just what these storms are going to be doing for your Saturday, you guys, you can see here we have a 2% chance of tornadoes, a couple tornadoes spinning up here around the New York area for these storms, and even here across parts of Wyoming and southwestern and South Dakota and extreme northwest Nebraska could possibly see a tornado or two. We go on to the hail probability, a 15% chance up across parts of the northern plains here for that hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter. We do have a 5% chance of that across parts of the mid-Atlantic extending into the Tennessee Valley here, you guys. So we'll definitely be on the lookout for some of that nasty hail. We do have the wind, a 15% chance across the slight risk of those winds pushing 50 to 60, gusting as high as 70, you guys, and a 5% chance encompasses the marginal risk, which does include Omaha, Nebraska. No significant tornadoes, no significant hail as of right now, and no significant wind. So that is good news for your Saturday. And as we continue to HRRR out, you can see as far as Saturday morning could have some heavy showers and thunderstorms here, starting the inner parts of New York here around the Buffalo area, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. All these areas could have some heavy showers and thunderstorms in and around for your Saturday morning, even around Omaha, Nebraska. Central South Dakota will definitely be on the lookout for some flash flooding here. We head on to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and let's check and see how the Saturday is going to be going, you guys. All right, if I can get this to load, let's go back one frame, you guys. I may have gone too fast. Let's see here. All right, you guys, hold up. All right, there we go, you guys. All right, here we go. By the time we get to 1 o'clock, I was going too fast, you guys. You can see here showers and thunderstorms across the southern United States, the Florida Peninsula here, starting to increase in coverage as the daytime heating comes along. Look here across upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire. We do have some showers and thunderstorms, which could be producing that hail and damaging winds. Even up here across parts of Illinois, Iowa, and northern Missouri around the 1 o'clock hour on your Saturday. Could have a cluster of showers and thunderstorms, which could be producing some heavy rainfall and instances of flash flooding. We head on to about 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon slash evening on Saturday, you guys. And let's see here. You can see we will have yet again a cluster of showers and thunderstorms, possibly just south of Kansas City. From central Missouri, getting on into around the St. Louis area, heading on into south central Illinois, even Indiana, the Indianapolis area could have a heavy cluster of showers and thunderstorms heading towards you guys for your Saturday evening. Look here up across parts of Maine. Look at this heavy rain and showers and thunderstorms. We'll definitely be on the lookout for some of that severe hail and wind. Even here up across just to the north of Virginia Beach, around the Washington, D.C., Baltimore area could have some heavy showers and thunderstorms. Going on down towards the Atlanta, Birmingham area. As I said, along the southern United States with the daytime heating, showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage and intensity here. Even across parts of the desert Southwest, we could get some nice cooling shower relief here, but it still be raining across the desert Southwest, you guys. And I be sitting here looking at the temperatures on this WSV3, and it still be 100 and some degrees. So I don't know how much the rain really helps there, but it sometimes it be's a help here across parts of southeast Louisiana when it be extremely hot, you guys. Now, as we head on to the overnight hour, heading on into Sunday, you guys. Let's see as this comes on up. You can see here we probably just to the east of Denver, extreme northeast Colorado could start to have some heavy showers and a cluster of thunderstorms develop here around your overnight hour on Saturday. And look here across the Carolinas, North Carolina, coastal Carolina, and Virginia could have some heavy showers and thunderstorms off the beaches here during the nighttime hours heading on into Sunday, which does segue us into convective outlook day 3, which is as far as the HRRR will take us out. And as you can see, as of right now, we just have a marginal risk across parts of the mid-south here, which does include the Memphis area, Nashville, Decatur, Alabama, heading on into Springfield, Missouri. All you guys will have a chance on Sunday to see some severe weather. We'll see if this starts to uptick to a slight risk as we head throughout the next few days, you guys. And look here, even up across parts of Montana, Wyoming, and the Dakotas, yet again, western Nebraska, we'll have a chance for that severe weather. Now, as we've gone to see as far as the convective outlook and the HRRR will take us, now you guys, we're going to go to the excessive rainfall outlook. All right, and as you can see here, around that low pressure area that's coming in around the coastal Georgia, South Carolina, that could have a marginal risk of some isolated flash flooding, even here across parts of the southern Florida Peninsula. But as we move on up here across parts of the Midwest and Great Lakes into the Ohio Valley, we do have that slight risk for excessive rainfall. So as I said, we'll have some flash flooding up here across parts of the Ohio Valley, Midwest, and even getting on down into parts of North Carolina, the mountains here of North Carolina, East Central Kentucky here, West Virginia. We'll be on the lookout for that heavy rain. We head on over to day 2, excessive rainfall outlook. And you can see we do have a slight risk here across parts of West Virginia, getting on down into extreme western Virginia here. Could have that risk for some flash flooding likely. The New York area extending on down to extreme northern Georgia, possibly. Eastern Tennessee, Lexington, Fayetteville here in Kentucky will definitely have a chance for some of that isolated instances of flash flooding for Saturday. Even here up across extreme southern Arizona and across parts of Colorado, the Denver area. We have to be on the lookout for some flooding for your Saturday. Sunday, you guys. Yet again, the western United States, Arizona, getting on into Colorado, New Mexico, Utah. We'll be on the lookout for that isolated instances of flash flooding, and even up here across eastern Montana and the Dakotas. So, you guys, if you haven't done so already, be sure to share, like, and subscribe so everyone in the YouTube nation, including yourself, can stay up to date and weather aware as these updates come out. I push them here in nice and graphical animational form. I love to do it here, you guys. So that's going to be it for this one here at your Weather on the Fly. Everyone be safe, be careful in this severe weather and flooding, and I will talk to you all in the next one.